A wise man once said, "Life is like an unguardable basketball player. You never know what you're gonna get." Yo guys, Zakaragi here for another episode of Toilet Reviews, and today we'll be going over the Nike Book 1 and the Forrest Gump colorway. Thank God Nike finally put these out. So before we get into things, I need you guys to do me a huge favor and drop a like and comment on this video. I'd really appreciate it, and it does go a long way. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So these guys were originally a PE pair worn by Devin on court, and like me, many of us out there were wondering, like, why doesn't Nike just put these out to the public? Like, this is such a good colorway, especially compared to the ones that Nike had put out thus far. So I don't know who listened, maybe Nike listened, or maybe Devin listened to the fans because he actually cares and talked to Nike, but hallelujah, these are finally out, and oh my goodness guys, this is easily one of my favorite Book 1 colorways to be released so far. But Nike or Devin, if you guys are listening, please guys, put out some more of Devin's PE pairs, like the Shattered Backboards, maybe the Kentucky pair, or the pair that was inspired by Devin's Kobe 4 PE. Please guys, those would all be such fire pairs for the public to have too. So if you're listening, please put them out. This is a public service announcement on behalf of all sneakerheads out there, so please guys. Now enough of my groveling and begging to Nike. So these guys were inspired by the Nike Cortez, famously worn by Tom Hanks in the movie Forrest Gump. If you guys haven't seen it, it is such a great movie, easily one of my favorite movies as well. I don't know if that makes me basic for saying that, but oh well. So these definitely share that same look as the Nike Cortez, with the mostly white base we have going on here, and the hits of red on the swoosh, on the back tab, and then on the tongue right there with the Nike logo. And then we do have that blue accent on the midsole as well to mimic the look completely. I think this is definitely a good look, and the Cortez is a classic shoe as well that most people can recognize right away from Forrest Gump. So it's definitely a good move to put that on this shoe right here, being that this is a shoe that you can wear on and off the court. Now these do come with the standard Nike Book 1 shoebox, so out of all of Nike's signature athletes, I feel like Devin Booker has the best looking shoebox in my opinion, aside from like the John Morant shoeboxes. But if you do plan on buying a pair of these are going to cost you 140 US or 180 Canadian. Now that is a bit on the steeper side of things, but for me that price was justified just given how much I wanted this colorway. But there are two things that I'm really disappointed that this shoe doesn't have. So the first one being that this doesn't have the pull tab that the original colorways of the Book 1 had, because that pull tab looks so cool guys. It was literally a pull tab within a pull tab within a pull tab, which made it look like pages of a book. It was such a cool detail that works so well with these shoes. You got the Book 1 with the book inspired pull tabs. Like, come on Nike, why would you get rid of that? It just works so well with these shoes. And the second thing that I'm disappointed about is the fact that the pairs that Devin Booker currently wears on court has an added like kickstand outrigger on the side of the shoes, whereas these guys don't, and all the other retail pairs, like, that gives the shoes better stability. So if Devin can have it, why can't we have it as regular consumers? Come on Nike, we can see what you're doing out there, and the fact that you don't put it on the retail pairs just pisses me off. That's just Nike being Nike. They always do stuff like that. But enough complaining. So when it comes to the shoes right here, on the outsole we do have this fully solid rubber outsole done in white as you can see, and we have full length herringbone traction. Now from my experience with the Book 1, I have done a performance review for these shoes, a short one and a long version. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll link them up here, so make sure you guys go check that out. But this traction setup works very well. Clean courts, dirty courts, doesn't matter. And then outdoor courts, amazing as well. They low-key grip a bit better on the outdoor courts versus the cleaner courts, or indoor courts rather, so keep that in mind, and they are also very durable as well. Now when it comes to the cushion setup, these guys have Cushionlon 2.0 foam on the midsole, and then in the heel right here we do have an air zoom unit. So does that sound familiar to you guys? Well, if it doesn't, it's actually the exact same cushion setup as the Kobe 4 right here, which is a shoe that Devin actually has worn a lot in the past. Maybe it's his favorite shoe, which is why Nike has made the setup exactly the same as the Kobe 4. Who knows? But what's really interesting about how this cushion setup is implemented is that On the medial side of the shoe right here, this is actually all the foam exposed, and then when you go to the other side of the shoe on the lateral side, this is actually part of the cup sole right here that helps contain the foam. That way you have better stability within the shoes. But I do want to point out that these shoes do need a little bit of breaking time, but once broken in, they feel pretty good on foot. It's low to the ground and responsive, so whether you're taking these out on court or just to wear them casually, you're good to go on that end. Also, the insole that the shoes come with is this thin piece of crap right here. It's nothing special, honestly. Nike could definitely do better with this, so I'd recommend switching out the insole for your insole of choice to get a better experience on foot with these. Okay, now getting into my favorite part of the shoes, and it has to be the materials. So we have this really nice leather going throughout the entire shoe. It's a decently sized cut of leather. It's nice to the touch, it's soft, and the quality just feels great on these. Now on the side panels, we do have this sort of nylon ripstop material just to add some more aesthetic to the shoes. It definitely gives the shoe a nice casual look, so if you did want to take these out casually, you definitely could, because that's what this shoe is meant to be, a shoe for on and off the court. But I do want to point out that the padding on this shoe is awesome, guys. Like, it is so well padded on the inside right here, and the tongue as well, which is also made of this nylon ripstop material, just feels great with how padded it is, makes the on-foot experience that much more comfortable. And then when it comes to sizing, just for reference, if you guys have played in Kobe's, they do fit very similar to that, so very snug and narrow. So if you are a wide footer, I'd recommend going a half size up, but if you're not, going true to size should work best. But overall, guys, the Nike Book 1 is easily one of Nike's most underrated models right now, and this colorway right here is one of my favorite shoes that Nike's put out so far this year. So comment down below and let me know what you think about these, and if you've played in the Book 1 before, share your experience with everyone in the comments down below. But we're at that point in the video now, it's time for hashtag Zacharagi, what you rockin', and for today, whew, I got a good one, so I just picked these up today. So these guys right here are the 2012 Nike Hyperdunks. Easily one of my favorite Hyperdunk models of all time. This is a beautiful pair right here. The condition is immaculate, so shout out to the guy who sold these to me. But that is it for today, guys. I appreciate you all for watching. I'm signing out. Peace.